Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today actually I want to talk to you about some of the biggest money, or more specifically investment mistakes that I've done along the way. Because some of you might think I'm a perfect investor, and honestly that couldn't be further from the truth. The whole mission of this channel is to document my journey of becoming a better investor, and hopefully I will help to avoid you some of the mistakes that I've done so that you don't have to repeat the same mistakes. I'm growing and evolving as I go along. When I now look back on when I started, I can definitely see nice improvements, but I definitely think, 10, 20 years from now, hopefully be an even better investor. So it's a natural progression. Like any skill in life, you get better the more you do it. And that's the crucial point. You have to get started. But honestly, when I look back, just starting even without investing, the first time I really started projecting my income was actually, I remember when I was just 18 and I was allowed to go to the casino, and I went with my father at the time and, started gambling. He gave me 50 euros to start with, and I was so pumped and excited to go there. And guess what? Yes, I left the evening with 250 euros in my pocket. And I still remember to this day laying in bed in the evening and doing the math. And I thought to myself, okay, if I go 4 times a week, I make 250 euros. That's 1,000 euros per week. That's 4,000 euros a month. I'll be a rich man. Why do I even need to go to university? And well, you can guess the end of the story. Next day, I went immediately back, super excited to get my next 250 euros. Of course, I lost all of my gains the previous day. I was devastated. I actually put more money from my own pocket and also lost that money. I was heartbroken, went home, all depressed. And honestly, since then, I haven't really ever been back in a casino, at least not to gamble. I might go now for fun, but definitely it was one of my first good money lessons. But even more recently, in the height of the crypto craze, obviously I bought Bitcoin and some Ethereum, which I still hold on to, but I also bought a lot of altcoins, right? When everybody told you have to invest into altcoins because they're gonna go 100x and you're gonna be a millionaire overnight. And while it did sound a little bit dodgy to me, in the height of the moment, everybody tells you how much money they made since last night, definitely there's a bit of fear of missing out, right? FUD, what everybody's talking about. And honestly, it caught up to me as well. I didn't lose much, but I definitely invested some money that I probably shouldn't have. Well, guess what? I obviously lost it as well. So, you definitely learn along the way. The same is true with some of the tech stocks. I invested in PayPal, DocuSign, and some other hype stocks that obviously pumped when everybody had to stay home, had too much money, and everybody invested in all the stocks, and pretty much everything went up, right? Everybody looked like a stock guru. Now, not so much anymore. And guess what? Once again, some of those possessions, I really took a hefty loss. But at the same time, now in hindsight, I actually take it as a learning lesson as such, right? Some people buy expensive courses or go to seminars, etc. For me, that was a real lesson to really do my due diligence and invest in things that I really feel comfortable with. And that will be my first tip, to invest into things that you really understand. Right now on my channel, you can really see simple investing techniques. I invest in real estate, which I understand. I can see it, I can touch it. I have an apartment in Dubai, which I get rent. It's very easy to track, very easy to manage, and hopefully more apartments to be added in the future. Secondly, I have a big holding in Bitcoin, one full Bitcoin, which I always wanted to have. I wouldn't add more to it at the time being, but I will hold on to it because I do see the long-term value of it, and I understand the basic principles behind Bitcoin and why it appeals to people. It's an inflation hedge for me, a store of value, but at the same time, I don't count on it to make me a millionaire overnight. And lastly, what I'm most excited about recently, and I've really been consistently adding to my dividend growth stock portfolio. And that I've been doing every single week. I understand the companies I invest in. At the moment, it's around 10 companies. So really all the companies I can track, I can see the numbers, I can understand, I can follow their results. I understand it, I know what they do, and I feel confident investing into them. And that's it. Things I understand, things I can follow, and I really don't want to follow any crazy hype stocks anymore. Recently, I've done a video about why I'm not investing into AI stocks. Obviously, I totally get it why people do that, and I hope for them to make a huge return. And I think a lot of people will get a very nice return, as they've done with Nvidia and other companies. I just don't know which company is going to do well, where AI is going to be in 15, 20 years. So for me, there are a little bit too many question marks that I can't answer. That's why I stick with things I really understand easily. And one more thing I learned from these expensive lessons is definitely you won't get rich in the stock market or investing in general overnight. So many people I've seen, who been succeeding in day trading. They make some videos, they show you how to day trade. And honestly, I get it. I can totally understand how people make money, 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 months, 5 months, 1 year, 2 years. But you will see some of those guys, they stop posting because nobody beats the market consistently over 5, 10, 15-year period. Why do you think some of the greatest investors, Warren Buffett, etc., they're so celebrated by simply outperforming the S&P 500? Because most traders actually underperform. So do you really think some YouTube guru with his magic course and trading technique that he outsmarts Wall Street and all the algorithm, computers, AI machines in the world with their special trading techniques? Honestly, guys, don't fall for this. It doesn't work overnight. You get richer by generating more money, make more money, and then obviously invest it so the money works for you. But if you don't have much money to start with, honestly, investing in the right company can obviously help you to grow your wealth but honestly, it's not gonna make you a millionaire. If you start with €1,000, it's really tricky. So be patient, play the long game. And that's really what I'm trying to do here with dividend growth investing, and what I'm trying to instill in some of you guys, some of the investors of future generations, to invest into sustainable growth over time and don't chase the latest trends or hype stocks. Instead, look at long-term compounding growth. And that's why I'm always inspired by Warren Buffett, because honestly, he only became so rich, I believe, after his 60s. He was obviously wealthy before, but it really started to take off and compound after he was 60 years old. Today, obviously, he's over 90 years old, so it helps to be healthy and look after your health. That's why I say the biggest investment is into your own health, because you don't want to be the richest man on the graveyard. You want to invest into your health so you can also get to enjoy the wealth that you created over time once you get old, and obviously still be able to travel the world and enjoy what this beautiful world has to offer. So as painful as it was to lose this money in the moment, now in hindsight, as I said, I'm quite happy about it, but you need to learn your lessons. Learn from my example so you can save yourself some money. And if you want to see which dividend stocks I'm investing in these days, check out this video over here. Also guys, let me know in the comments what have been your biggest money or investment mistakes. Always happy to learn from you, and hopefully that will help others to avoid making the same mistakes. Appreciate you for watching. As always, stay healthy, get wealthy, and I see you in the next one. Ciao.